Alrighty, good Friday morning, Mid-Michigan. I'm First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro here with a quick update on your First Alert forecast as we're looking ahead to the weekend and as we even look ahead into next week as well. Certainly the cold weather has been the big story thus far for the remainder of this week. Even this morning, this has certainly been cold as well. After this cold weather that we have this morning, we're shifting more of our focus to some upcoming snow shower chances that we have. That'll be coming up for us tonight and especially as we go into Sunday this weekend. We'll go ahead and start off though with a look at our wind chills currently here. It certainly still is pretty cold all across Mid-Michigan. This cold weather will be sticking around through today, although I will say our wind chills right now are actually a little bit better than they were yesterday morning. So that is definitely some good news that we have currently for you with the wind chills. So more so still in the single digits, but at least not below zero like it was earlier this morning. And we'll continue on to eventually have wind chills into the mid-teens for the afternoon. So we're right up to about 15 degrees or so. Pretty much at any point for today, these wind chills are going to be about 5 degrees warmer than they were yesterday afternoon. Highs for today reach up to about 25 degrees, so also about 5 degrees warmer than yesterday, and we're actually going to hold on to the 20s for most of the weekend. I do want to show you this here actually on the 7-day forecast. So notice tonight we also have a low of 25 degrees. There's that upward arrow, so temps should very steadily increase throughout the overnight, and even if we do reach 30 or 31 tomorrow, that'll likely be brief, so the majority of the day still spent in the 20s, and then we have a high of 25 again on Sunday. In fact, take a look at that low on Sunday night, 4 degrees. It is going to be another cold night on Sunday night, very similar to this morning. So Monday, even though we do have some quiet weather on Monday with a partly cloudy sky, it is just going to be a cold start to the day. Now you notice those temperatures for next week too, still generally staying below freezing. So this colder pattern that we currently have, this is still going to stick around for us into next week. Our longer range temperature outlook is actually still pointing towards a greater chance of below average temperatures at least into the period of December 10th through 14th. So pretty much as we go into the middle of this month, we should still hold on to these colder, below average temperatures, likely at or below freezing as well. But for our ice fishers especially, and for any of our snowmobilers and skiers, this is certainly some good news for you because this cold weather sticking around does mean we'll continue to build up more ice, and this is more conducive for snow chances as well. Certainly this has been a pretty decent start to the month of December so far, and a decent start to the snowmobile season, and a decent start to any of that winter tourism season as well. Some ski resorts are already starting to get things underway as well. And even though there really still isn't any safe ice yet across Mid-Michigan, we are starting to see more ice developing on the Saginaw River, on some small portions of the Saginaw Bay, and then on some inland lakes and other rivers and streams too. So for our ice fishers, again, it's still not quite safe just yet, but we're still heading in the right direction with this cold weather, and especially with this continued below freezing weather as we go forward in that 7-day forecast as well. So I'll show you that temperature pattern here again in the outlook. Again, this is a very favorable outlook if you do enjoy some of those winter activities. So this is expected to hold on at least into the middle of the month. Now, in regard to the snow showers that we're tracking for this weekend, these are expected to stay on the lighter side, especially for tonight. We're really just expecting more or less some minimal accumulations for tonight. Even our accumulations on Sunday morning, while they will be greater than tonight, they're still expected to stay on the lower end as well. So we are going to take just a quick break here, and then after the break, we'll break down the hour by hour and take a look at those snow totals, all coming up very shortly. Alrighty, welcome back from that quick break. So as we go through the rest of the forecast here, we are talking some snow chances that we have coming up ahead of us here in the forecast. So let me take you to the First Alert Sky Tracker, show you what we have cooking right now. So there is this weak system that's kind of a clipper system off to our west currently. So you see here, not exactly a very organized system. And as this moves into mid-Michigan for tonight, we do expect the snowfall to be somewhat unorganized, if you will. So this is expected to just stay as a light snow as it moves into the lower peninsula. Some light snow currently falling across southern Minnesota. That'll be moving into Wisconsin throughout the remainder of the day too. Now I will say, with the snow that we're expecting for tonight, the majority of this should still largely stay, or rather end up staying, on the west side of the state as well. And you'll notice that in the First Alert hour by hour, but still at times we will have some isolated to lightly scattered snow showers making their way through our area too. So the rest of the daytime today, that's going to be dry, but more cloud coverage will continually build up for the rest of this Friday. This right here on your screen is at about 8 o'clock this evening. So you see that snow on the west side of the state. Around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, some of these snow showers should just start to reach into a few of our western and possibly northern counties as well. And throughout the remainder of the overnight, that's at about midnight, you see those snow showers eventually starting to move closer to mid-Michigan. And I will say, how we have some of the snow there in the outer Saginaw Bay, you can kind of fill in some of the blank spots on the hour by hour too. So we will have the occasional snow shower moving through our area for tonight. And then eventually by the early morning tomorrow, most of that will be gone. We do expect most of Saturday to actually be on the drier side, just a mostly cloudy sky that'll stick around for much of the day. Now I'll show you Sunday right now too before we end up going into the snow predictor, but this right here on your screen is by about 6 in the morning on Sunday. We've actually seen this very snow chance here increasing a little bit more continually over the last 24 hours. So that snow chance actually looks decent for us on Sunday morning. Should be more of a widespread snow, but it should be a lighter or a steady snow that moves into our area. So we aren't exactly expecting some very high snowfall rates out of this, likely staying below 1/2 inch per hour. This is your First Alert hour by hour at about 9 in the morning on Sunday. You still see the snowfall moving across our area, but starting to wind down in some of that coverage. And then eventually by lunchtime in the afternoon on Sunday, we should be back to drier weather once again. And even with those skies clearing out a little bit too into Sunday night, that's where we're going to see those temps really cooling down. So widespread single digits by Sunday night and into Monday morning. But here's those snow totals in the First Alert snow predictor. So by tomorrow, we're still only tracking about a dusting of snow with anything that moves through from tonight. So not exactly very significant for tonight. But then we add in that late Saturday night and Sunday morning snowfall, and you're seeing more areas closer to 1 inch of snow. Some of the light blue shading in our area does indicate where totals could potentially reach up to about 2 inches. Now I do think the 2-inch totals would certainly be more isolated for us, but I do think 1 inch of snow from Sunday morning is a pretty good bet for the majority of mid-Michigan. Certainly enough snow that if you have any plans on Sunday morning, maybe you're going to church later on Sunday morning, you will likely have some snow to brush off the car if it is parked outside. So again, minimal accumulations for the weekend, but we should still see enough to at least bring some light accumulations or a light coating to our area out of both systems for the weekend. This right here, though, is the First Alert Sky Tracker looking ahead into next week. So the pattern is still staying active here. 2 clippers that are expected to move through. One of them around Tuesday, another on Wednesday. I do think the Wednesday system should be the stronger of the two. And then potentially into Thursday, we could have some lingering or sort of follow-up snow showers going along with that as well. But as these 2 systems move in, that is where we do have that greater chance for some of those snow totals to continue to add up. We're talking on the order of several inches. It doesn't look to be an extremely heavy snowfall, but likely a little bit more snow than what we're going to pick up for this weekend. Now on Wednesday, high of 32. Wouldn't be surprised as we get closer, perhaps a few of our southern areas like Flint may end up seeing a little bit of rain coming into the forecast, or a mix of rain coming into the forecast there too. But generally this should still be pretty much all snow for our area, just given the temperatures that we have. But still kind of up and down with those temperatures as well. So we peak at about 32 degrees on Wednesday, and then by Thursday we're back to the mid-20s again, and that would certainly be all snowfall as well. But looking ahead here in this forecast, just with the pattern staying active and with these temperatures staying on the colder side as well, it is still very conducive for more ice formation and especially for more of those snow shower chances too. So really the big takeaway here for the upcoming weekend is still a cool weekend below freezing, light snow totals. By the end of the weekend, most areas still only at about an inch or so, and then we have more snow on the way for the middle of next week. Well, coming up later today at 2 o'clock, meteorologist Stone Schaefer will have another live stream right here as well, and he'll have more details on the weekend. He'll have another look at that hour by hour, and also just another look at how some of these temperatures may end up playing out for the weekend as well. But in the meantime, we hope you have a great remainder of your Friday morning, and we hope you have a great weekend as well.